And as for who I am tagging Tripwire, Amy Face Games, and Level Down Reviews. My good buddy LDR.
Jeez, why is it with all these people always challenging me to these tag things? You know what? I don't take none of that. Except I guess I have to do it, otherwise everyone's gonna tell me I'm a loser if I don't. So, take off these Loot Crate retro-inspired sunglasses, put them to the side, and answer the 10 questions that Dzaran gave to me. Because Dzaran hates me, doesn't love me. Bad, and technically I did tag him in the gamer tag previously, so I guess this could be technically considered payback or revenge, but he seemed to enjoy it. So, question number 1. Has there, actually it's there, not there, ever been a game that has actually made you consider buying a console just to play that game? I assume most people probably have this with pretty much every new console generation that comes out. Hopefully you're not a person that just goes out, buys a new console, just because it's a new console and you want to waste like $500 or so. I hope you're not. I really do. But yeah, like when I was a kid, yeah, sure, I just bought a console, got my parents to buy it for me because it's the fanciest, antiest thing, and all my friends had one, so I had to have one. But I think around the PlayStation 1 was probably the first generation of game consoles that I looked at a game, finally saw it's like, I want to play this game, it's super amazing, it's Legend of Legaia, however you want to pronounce it. So I remember seeing that game often at Toys R Us when I would go through there, and I don't know what about the game made me so interested in it. Granted, I'm happy I found it and played it because I enjoy that game thoroughly, but just looking at it, I don't know why I thought it was all that interesting. And after that, I'm pretty sure like each console generation I've at least been interested in some game, and some games on the console has made me want to buy it. Even though I may not necessarily go out and buy the console. You know, like recently, I still don't have a PS4 and an Xbox One because, I don't know, I have several games for the PS4 that I want. In fact, I pre-ordered Bloodborne, got it, have the collector's edition of it, but I haven't got a PS4 and I really want to play it. It looks like a really fun game. I definitely love the Souls series. And also I was wanting to play PT. Thanks, Konami. Thanks a whole lot. I hate you. Like Dzaran. Not really. Okay, number 2. Who would you say is your biggest influence for doing the YouTubes? Here's the thing, I don't have just like one person that has influenced me. Granted, I do lots of different things, so different people have influenced me. Especially over the years, because we're closing in. As soon as it hits August, as soon as August hits, I've been doing YouTube for 6 years. On and off, not all the time. Plus there was like a 1 to 2 year break for me doing videos. But yeah, when I started off, my very first influence was Zero Punctuation. I don't know why specifically, probably because he was the only person online that I actually watched because it was on XPlay. They promoted him, so I ended up watching him on the YouTubes. So that was like my very first influence when I started doing reviews almost 6 years ago. Oh, how time has flown! Flan? I would like some flan. Besides that though, I definitely have changed my styles over the years. I think like a lot of people, I'd have to say AVGN, guys at Cinemassacre. Obviously, if you watch this channel, I try my best to not be the cliche angry, ragey gamer, because I feel like that's just overused, and seems like we should be a little bit more civil about it. So I go with the weird, wacky one sometimes, and then I become serious at different points. It's really confusing, but his way of creating videos, his dedication and quality and all of that, definitely when you start looking at it that way, it's like, oh, this guy's funny, I'm gonna copy his stuff. But when you actually look at the quality of his videos, all the work they puts in, it is very influencing to me to see that and want to aspire to be as good as that. Also, a lot of the guys over at Normal Boots, you know, your John Tron, PBG, the Completionist, the other people over there that I don't feel like listing at the moment, a lot of them are also definitely a big influence because it definitely helps when they're kind of like around your age. It's like, well, they can do this, so can I. In fact, Peanut Butter Gamer, PBG, me and him, our channels were started about around the same time, or at least my first channel I was part of, started at the same age, and we're like maybe a few months difference. I think he's a few months older than me, but when you look at like how much he's achieved, it's like, man, if only I like stuck to it and didn't like wimp out various times during my career. Not like this is really a career, I'm not getting really paid for it. I mean, for a while I did get paid from a group I was with, but that's a different story for another day. Besides that, my Let's Play, I really haven't watched a lot of Let's Play stuff until I started this channel. The main ones I watched were the RPG Minx, which a lot of the stuff she was posting at the time when I was watching her was just like prop hunt stuff, so I really can't say much about that. It was just like a group of friends talking. But pretty much the one that had like a lot of influences on my idea of how to sort of do a Let's Play, even though we're completely different, is Game Grumps. I started watching them because I like JonTron. Ego Raptor, I liked him in my youth, but like some of his later animations I didn't get into. Then again, it might have been because I'm older. It's like, yeah, this guy isn't funny anymore. Yeah, like Star Wars isn't maybe good anymore now that I'm an adult. But yeah, it's like I watched that whole lot. Definitely their style was a bit different from a lot of the other Let's Players that I used to watch, which granted that was like in the early days. It's like I used to watch some like 6 years ago and some of the early days of all that. Oh my gosh. Oh. But yeah, it's like their style was definitely a lot different than a lot of the other ones I've been seeing at the time. Then we get introduced to like Barry's editing stuff, even though Barry isn't the sole editor of Game Grumps anymore. But like a lot of stuff he like put in random stuff, just put up quotes and all of that. And definitely when I started off, it was kind of a lot closer to that before I actually launched the channel. I did some like test run videos, trying to edit stuff and see if it turned out any good. It was definitely a lot closer to like that way of how they did it, but obviously since I started this channel, started my first Let's Play of Akiba's Trip, it's kind of a little bit more than that. There's pretty much just random stuff going up all the time. All the random images going across the screen, and I'm sure it's annoying to some people out there. Probably funny to other ones. I really don't know. Outside of like the gaming circles stuff, also people like Freddie Wong and Corridor Digital. It may not be apparent from a lot of the stuff I do here because a lot of it's more Let's Play or like unscripted reviews where pretty much I just unbox something and tell you the items if I like it or not, give an overall judgment on it. But for a while, and I still have this interest in doing it, it's like learning about special effects and all that, using After Effects and other programs to be able to do, you know, special effects for videos. I've done like a few here and there during the course of my tenure on this channel. But those guys definitely influenced me, and I became very interested in learning like how to do all that stuff. I watched a lot of their tutorials and all of that, as well as I branched off to some other channels and groups that they recommended that you watch if you're interested in learning some of that stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I'm interested in doing and that I've kind of learned over the years, just it has never came up for me to actually apply it per se. Yeah, that was pretty long. It was only the second question. Have I mentioned lately that I hate you, Dzaran, for making me answer questions where I ramble on for a really long time? I know I told you on Steam I did. I know I told you. So, number 3. What game have you put the most amount of hours into playing ever? That's kind of a hard question because I'm not sure what game I've played the most, because most games, truth be told, I play them really only once, and I tell myself I'll go back and play them eventually, but then you got a backlog of other games you gotta play, so you don't really have time to go back to those games. But I can probably think of like 3 off the top of my head. Starting off, Dark Souls. Dark Souls is a game that I have only beat 3 times. Not because I can't beat it more. I have a tendency of starting the game, getting to about halfway through, and then deciding not to play the game any further. Which in part is usually due to me like trying out some class, like, ooh, I'm gonna be this dual wielding class. Ooh, I'm gonna wield weapons with only 2 hands. Ooh, I'm gonna go only magic. Ooh, I'm going to go with only my fist and do fisticuffs throughout the entire thing. All of them have ended badly. Surprisingly, the one I went the furthest with is a soul level 1 run, which I made it to a good amount of distance, and I was really surprised about it. And then I quit playing for about 2 weeks, and I came back and thought about it. I was like, yeah, I don't have the skills to continue this run any further. After that, I would have to say Skyrim, because apparently Steam says I played the game for 200 hours almost, but I don't think I've actually played it that much. I beat the game once, and then after that, I just tried starting the game, and then I don't play it for the longest time. I think the main reason that says it's almost 200 hours is because I leave it like on that splash screen, because I think I got like the Steam achievement cards before I actually played the game, which is kind of sad when you think about it. Hey, I got cards that involve me playing a game, but I never even played the game yet. Third, I would probably have to say Legend of Legaia again, because that's the game that I've beat. That's the game that I think I've beat the most, probably next to Metal Gear Solid 1. I beat it probably 3 or 4 times, and I think the game probably is maybe 30, 40 hours, so that's at least, what, 90 hours? Plus the various amount of times that I've like started the game and got halfway, 3/4 of the way through the game, and then it's like, yeah, I don't feel like playing this game anymore. Also, it holds the record for me for the longest time I've played a single game. I think I played that game for about 10 hours straight one time when I was a kid, and I had the ability to do that. Not so much anymore. Okay, so that's number 3. Now on to number 4. If you suddenly became a millionaire overnight, what would be the first few things you'd want to do with your newfound riches? Well, outside of like paying any type of bills, medical bills, and all that I owe, I would have to say probably other expensive things, just buy off stuff. Like, need a new car for me, need a new car for my mom, so right there's money. Also, I need my own house. I still live with my mom, because I don't have enough money to move out on my own, nor do I have friends who I can roommate with. That, and I don't like strangers, so I'm not gonna roommate with strangers. So yeah, it's like I probably get a new house, a house of my very own, would have a studio area where I could put up all of my recording equipment, so I wouldn't just have like this recording area in one room, which is here, the basement. I wouldn't have like all my video game stuff in my room, my computer in my room. I just have one dedicated room to all of that stuff, so that if I felt like recording a video for like a Let's Play, I wouldn't have to worry about setting it up in different rooms or go to a different room to do it. It was just like, oh, I feel like doing this live action segment for this Let's Play. Let me just turn on my camera, which is right over here, and get in front of the green screen, or get in front of my game cabinet, or whatever I have. Then after that, probably like some better recording stuff. I need a better camera. It's not a bad camera, but it definitely could be a better camera. I've seen some of the qualities, and it's like a $600 camcorder maybe, and I would love to get like some of the more expensive ones. As well as that, I need like more lights all the time. I just have 3, 2 for the green screen, which I hardly ever use, and 1 is on me. 2 of the bulbs are broken in the one that's on me, so it's not giving me the full amount of light on me. So yeah, I think I need like maybe 2, 3 more lights plus 2 light bulbs for that, so that's more money. Also, new microphones for my computer, which my microphone is good, but at the same time, if I have $1 million, I'm gonna want to get like one of the very expensive ones. Also, I could afford to get a new shotgun mic and some other stuff for that, because the shotgun mic, it does its job, but it's definitely far from being the best. So yeah, a lot of it would be like just get new expensive stuff, a lot of new expensive stuff in a house, plus all the bills. Yeah, so there you go. Where are we on? What are we in? We're at 5. We're at the halfway point. What game are you currently most looking forward to? If not, what's your favorite that you've played recently? Well, E3 is coming up shortly. Probably by the time I post this video, E3 is going to be starting, because I had to record this video again because the first video was lost. All of the fun. But recently, it seems to be possibly rumors leading more towards it's going to happen. That's Dark Souls 3. And like I said, right now it's rumors. I forgot what it started off as. It was I think it was just like there was some notice that someone found, and now there's an image that apparently IGN has. So, granted, when I looked at the image, it looks kind of off to me, and some other websites I've read, it looks off to them. So I don't know for sure, so I can't really say I'm super excited for Dark Souls 3, because I don't know for sure if it's going to happen. We have to wait till E3, because that's when the announcement is supposed to be made, if it's going to happen. Besides that, I have to think probably. Fallout 4 happened recently. I enjoyed Fallout 3, New Vegas. I'm definitely more into like the sci-fi stuff than the, what would you call it? Fantasy, that's what it's called. Science fiction over fantasy, so that's the reason I think I enjoy Fallout more than I have usually the Elder Scrolls series, or maybe I just like guns more than I do other weapons. Maybe, I don't know. Also, Persona 5. Yeah, only reason, when I first saw Persona 5, it's like I really wasn't all that excited for it because I didn't have much investment in the Persona series. I hadn't played Persona 1, Persona 2. I played like a small amount of Persona 3 Portable, but that was about it. Hadn't played Persona 4, but that's kind of changed within the last few months. Not too long ago, I almost went all the way through Persona 4 Golden. I said almost all the way through because I was trying to pursue a certain... I was trying to have like multiple save files for romantic options with each and every girl. Then I had to screw it up with one of them, and that is like that was like devastating to me. Soul-crushing devastation of like, I have a save file for romance with all these other girls. I'm going to have this last one to finish it off, and then I'll finish the game with them and like kind of go back with the other girls. But no, I had to screw it up, so that means to even be able to have that option for that person, I have to start the entire game over, and I didn't feel like doing that. I just felt so crushed at the time, I didn't want to continue the game, which probably sounds a little stupid to some of you, but for whatever reason, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be like every single type of girl. I wanted to be in a relationship with them on different save files to see like how it worked out and all that, because I like seeing stuff like that. But I ruined it. So, because I enjoyed Persona 4 a whole lot, I'm definitely a lot more excited for Persona 5 now, even though apparently some of the aspects are going to change, and I haven't seen a whole lot of the game in action. I think I've only seen like 2 trailers. There was like the teaser trailer and like sort of a gameplay trailer, but besides that, not a whole lot I believe has been told about it, so I'm kind of reserved about that. But I mean, I like Persona 4. I'm pretty sure I enjoyed Persona 3 the little amount of time I played with it. So yeah, I'm kind of excited for Persona 5. Even though, to be honest with you, we've seen less of Fallout 4, and I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I think I have a general idea of what it's going to be. It could be awful. So I guess in that, I also have to be reserved because I don't know. It could. A lot of Bethesda games crashy, buggy, and all that. So number 6. If you're able to go on a vacation, all expense paid, where would you most like to go? Well, we're kind of geeks, otakus, and all that, so most of us are probably going to say Japan. Yeah, so we want to go to Japan, go to Aqaba, and see random people stripping other people because they're man-made vampires and they disintegrate in the daylight. If you don't get that joke, then maybe you should go and watch my very first Let's Play here, Aqaba's Trip. Or Aqaba Strip, as it tries its best to make you think of whenever you play it. Okay, so number 7. Hopefully you've been to an arcade a few times in your life. Yes? Do you remember the first arcade game that you've ever played? I do not. I don't even remember when I first went to an arcade. It was probably like a Chuck E. Cheese arcade, if I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know, I mean, it could be a lot of things. It could be like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, because I remember being into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I was young. I probably still am if I watch the cartoons from my youth, maybe not so much for the current youth. I remember the Simpsons arcade game, that was another fun one, even though I wasn't allowed to watch the Simpsons until I think I was 9 or 10, because my parents thought it was evil. Pure, unadulterated evil. So, sort of like South Park. A lot of stuff that I've learned is like whenever I actually try watching stuff and I find out, oh, it's really not all that bad. And then I tell this to my mom or my dad or whoever, then they eventually watch it and they enjoy it as well, which makes everything all the more confusing. I remember like I used to play like Time Crisis 2 all on the arcades as well, and those are like the main ones I remember. I don't know what's the first one I played. I know the earliest game I ever played, it's Space Invaders. It was at a Chuck E. Cheese, and none of the younger kids were wanting to play it. It's like, I'll play it then. I'll play Space Invaders. So, there you go. No idea, really. I don't know how I'm expected to remember what's the first game I played in an arcade. Looks like they're not around anymore. All of them have gone AWOL. Number 8. The universe as we know it has ended. You're the only one left, and you have the power to rebuild the universe in whatever way you choose. Do you return it the way it was, or model it after a game or anime? If you choose a game or anime, which one? I think it's pretty much obvious that the way the world is, it should not go back to the way it is. There's a lot of things that need to be redone. You know, all the poor people, third world countries, starvation, hunger, rape, murder, all of the horrible things that go on in the world. I do not think the world needs to stay the same. As for what, like, anime or game to, like, change the universe to, I don't know. Most of the games and animes are at least somewhat based on the real world. Even if it's a fantasy or sci-fi setting, it's based on, like, problems in our current age. So, you know, murder, death, rape, hunger, and all of that still goes on in these worlds. Corrupt political governments or religious groups, yeah. So, I mean, I'd probably be more like into a game and like something where you have to go out onto a journey and experience the world some, which seems like that would be like more leaned towards a JRPG or like Pokemon or something. Although Pokemon, at least you have creatures that fight for you, as compared to JRPGs, where usually it's you who is the person battling scary monsters. Although I remember, like, back from whenever I was a kid, it's like, oh yeah, it'd be so cool if the world was like one of these RPGs, just go outside your town for a little bit, like kill some blobs or something, get some money, and you'd be going good, you'd be rich, but probably everyone else would be kind of rich. So I guess that's my answer, something like an RPG Pokemon game, even though in those there's still like groups that are trying to destroy the world. But at least in those, there's a small chance that you might be the hero of the game, world, whatever. So there you go. Free money. Free money. 9. Ooh, this is ironic. Pokemon or Digimon? Explain your choice. Well, the thing is, it depends on what we're talking about. We're talking about the anime, we're talking about the game, talking about the trading card stuff, figurines. Last two, I don't know. The first two, I can at least answer. Game-wise, I would have to say Pokemon. I haven't played all the Digimon games. I think there was one that came out recently. I cannot remember. But I know I played 2 when I was young. I think it was like Digimon Adventure 1 and Digimon Adventure 3. I think that's what it was. But yeah, it's like, I remember the first one was like really hard. It was interesting, but it was really hard. Also is rated T, if I'm not mistaken. The third one, I don't recall a whole lot about because I didn't play too much into it. I probably still have it at my house. Wait, I'm at my house. I probably still have it in my collection, so maybe I'll play through it sometime soon. Maybe I'll play it for the channel. I don't know. But anime-wise, I really don't know. I have not seen either anime in quite a long while. It seemed like, I think when I was young, I preferred the Digimon anime over Pokemon because Digimon could go into some very dark areas. Pokemon, as far as I know, was pretty much always kind of lighthearted. Also, I remember always wanting Misty and Ash to get together because I thought that's how, like, cartoons and animes work. Your main hero guy gets up with your main female lead and then they make the babies. Except I was a kid, so I did not necessarily think they were going to make babies, but you know what I'm talking about. But it's like Digimon, I remember it's like there were a lot of dark things that occasionally happened, like scary things. Lose all hope. The Digimon invade the real world. Devilmon, Ultra Devilmon, or something, I don't know. And I remember like Digimon Season 3, Series 3, whatever it's technically considered. I remember enjoying that a whole lot because of the dark tones, especially at the very end. It's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, this Digimon has been killed. This girl goes into a deep depression. And this seems to reflect the real world as well. And then I couldn't watch the rest of the season because it just didn't come on. Yay! But I guess that kind of explains it. Digimon, anime, Pokemon games, I guess. I haven't really watched anime of Digimon, Pokemon, long time. Me love you, long time. Okay, final one. You're given the chance to gain one superpower. What do you choose? It's been kind of a go-to answer for me for like the longest time, at least since like high school, maybe somewhat middle school. I like the idea of like time manipulation and time powers, being able to like stop, slow down time, rewind time. Then again, maybe this was like partly due to when I was around that age, several different things going on that were out of my control, that I felt like if I could go back in time and do this or that, things would have changed. Or if I could just stop time in that moment and like think about it maybe a little bit longer or better, things would have went differently. But of course, that doesn't happen in the real world. Whereas granted, most of us probably have that from time to time. Do something that we regret, wish we go back and change it, but unfortunately we can't. And even if we did go back and try changing it, things probably would be as bad, if not worse. So yeah, that's the 10 questions answered. I'm sorry it probably took so long. I always have a tendency of rambling whenever it comes to questions. And as I said, I had to do this video once before, then the video file didn't work, so now I have to record it a second time, and hopefully I did not ramble on as much this time as I did then. Probably did though, because I had to change some of my answers so it made sense, and you know, so it wasn't obvious that I was saying the same answers over and over again. Some of them were the same, not all of them, some of them were. But yeah, since I've done that, I am allowed to tag 3 people, because I guess I want to be a dick to them as well. So, number 1, Kyrie091, because like in a lot of your videos, you like compliment how I like comment on all of your videos and all that. Ooh, you should call yourself Level Up Reviews. Ooh. And there's been like a few various times where it's like you keep talking about, it's like, oh, why didn't I play a game that you played before, like some retro game, or why do I not mention you in one of my videos? Probably because you don't like comment on my videos like I do yours. Really, everybody else's. So here's your shining opportunity, Kyrie. Here's your chance to do something that I'm telling you to do in a video with me plugging your channel. Not really, but I'm tagging you. So 10 questions. 10 questions to answer. Are you man enough? Next up, TNW Quest. I know I haven't watched a lot of your stuff recently. You're kind of like in my back burner of stuff of people I have to get up to date on, like Chris and Andy Play, and I think there's one other channel besides you that I have to be up to date on. But I haven't watched a lot of your stuff recently, and for that I am sorry, and thus I am challenging you to tag. You're it. But also, kind of 2 reasons. One of them, you probably have a general idea of what it is. I'm not going to say what it is. Number 2, the last time I tagged you, you didn't do a video for it. And you kept telling me that you and your crew were gonna do it, but you didn't do it, man. So I'm tagging you again and hope you correct your wrong. Either that or you did record it, but you just like forgot to upload it on YouTube, which probably is a possibility the way you were talking. It seemed like you were telling us all the time that it was finished, it was done, you just had to upload it, but I never saw it uploaded. And the final one, a musical anti-hero, because you challenged me to the gamer tag last time and started this chain of events. So, you know, there you go. I'm tagging you back like Dzaran tagged me back with a new tag, the tag back, the back tag, and all that in revenge. Revenge. So yeah, guys, that's everything. I tagged all my people. 10 questions. I probably will have it maybe up on the screen, but besides that, it will also be down the description for all the people I've tagged to be able to copy and paste my questions and be able to answer it. Maybe have like a piece of paper like I did. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge you. But yeah, up here I'm gonna have like everyone I talked about, such as Dzaran, TNW Quest, Kyrie091, and the musical anti-hero. And besides that, down here, if you feel like watching some more stuff from me here, I'm gonna have like, let's say a review and let's say a let's play. Let's switch them back and forth over and over again. So click on one of those to watch one of those videos, and also I guess like right kind of down here is gonna be a subscribe button. So if you happen to like me rambling on, and maybe you want to see me ramble on and answer tons of more questions at some later date, you know, maybe let me know down in the comment section. But until next time, guys, bye-bye.